Hey guys, my name is Nate and this is my brother Steven. Together we are Wingman Merch.
Thanks for checking out our video. We put these up about a month after we shoot them. If you'd like to catch any of these videos live, check out our Facebook page. The link is in the description.
I guess before we jump into too much, let me introduce ourselves. We're trying to do that a little bit more now. My name is Nate Hibbert. This is my brother Steven. Got it right that time. Uh, we are, I don't know, merch what? Battle tested? That's the term that we kind of use. We don't like to say gurus or experts, any of that stuff. Just we've made a lot of mistakes
with you guys.
We've made a lot of mistakes, so we don't mind sharing them. And that's just where we're at. That's kind of what we're teaching inside of the boot camp is just how do you streamline now all the information we've put out there? How do you actually put that into action in a week span? That's really what we're focusing on inside of that boot camp.
Yeah, Nathaniel talked about the going live. We're trying something different with this boot camp. I think as we learn and teach more, we're going to be asking more people to kind of jump on camera, share a little bit more about them. We want to build this community more. Nathaniel always talks about having coworkers. I kind of talk about having business warriors to kind of grow with. I'll be saying this almost every Merch Monday now. It's not this year or last year, this year, next year, 5 years. I want like 10, 15 years just to grow a community so that we can have more people around us with the same mindset moving forward. They always say birds of a feather flock together. You are only successful as the people that you surround yourself with. We want people to have businesses and be running businesses. If you want this just to be a side hustle, no problem. There's plenty enough information to help you get started and make some side hustle money. But we really want to build this community up with business warriors, people that want to start businesses. That's what I'm more passionate about, just in helping side hustle. I think that's kind of your passion currently, helping people with their side hustle.
Yeah, I just have a lot of friends who are doing kind of the normal. And I think if you bring it to them in like the side hustle aspect, it's less frightening that like quit your job and do this full time. Like that's not how we suggest doing this anyways. And we know our audience, like a lot of you guys are running other businesses. You're doing FBA or OA, whatever. Usually something around Amazon or selling online somehow. And we just see merch as a fantastic thing to add onto what you already have going. I think it's kind of hard to do full time, like I'm currently doing. But even inside of doing this full time, like I've got a bunch of other stuff going on as well. This is clearly one of those things. So, we wouldn't. I don't know. We don't ever talk about like let's just solely build a merch business. Even if you want to do just merch, like we talk about print on demand and kind of the bigger scope of things. But
yeah, I was just talking to how you address people. When you talk about our business, you kind of say a lot of things as a side hustle to try to get people in. And I think when I'm talking to people, I'm like, here's how you can add this to your business and grow your business. So we are both talking about essentially the same thing, just how we approach it is slightly different. But to get back to what I was trying to say about the bootcamp, we are testing something new about having people get on camera and kind of share live. Today was kind of the first time we've tested it, and I think it went way better than expected.
Well, yeah.
I think there's something about getting people on camera, seeing your face. It's just a level of comfort, and it builds the community. I feel like we know those people inside the boot camp even more now because they jumped on camera. We got to see their face, and they got to kind of share a little bit about them. It's very deceiving for us. I think we like video so much is because there's so much information that we can get across. I think one, because I dropped out of high school, and it's hard for me to write. I'm trying to get better, so I'm challenging myself to write a lot more posts inside this group, but you can learn so much more about somebody by just watching like a 1 to 2 minute video than reading a ton. Like you could read a whole book or just like show us a video. I would get more out of the video because I get to see you, your mannerisms, your kind of cadences, and get to feel like I know you more than reading. I think that's why I'm drawn more towards video, and we're going to try to, inside the smaller groups that we're teaching, push people out of their comfort zone and jump more on camera to build the sense of community.
Yeah, and not only is that like the sense of community, like we love seeing your faces and getting to know you, and having your kids while they're jumping around in the background, like jump on camera. Like we love seeing that family aspect of it as well. But really, as far as like our business goes, like none of this would be possible if me and Steven didn't jump on camera. And kind of the way things are moving, like it's even more and more important that we're comfortable on camera now that we're presenting in other people's groups or even live. Like if we were asked to present live, I think we could have done it, but the comfort that we built up after talking, on camera to all these people, I think it was much easier than to go live to a technically smaller audience. But it was just a different feeling. We got to understand how to present things and show things and all of the technology that goes behind it, all of that stuff. So running an online business, you don't have to do this. There are plenty of people who are running successful businesses without getting on camera ever. But as far as growing a community, and it is a good tool to have in your tool belt, even if you're jumping on there. I mean, the people who went live in the boot camp, it wasn't like they gave an hour-long presentation like we did. They were just jumping on there for like 30 seconds to 5 minutes and just saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is my why, which Steven's going to jump into a little bit. And this is what I'm trying to do, this is why I'm here in this group right now. And so knowing all the information just helps us compile even more of like, okay, how can we really help these people, how can we serve this community, all that stuff that we are truly passionate about and really care about comes across clearer to us in video. So we love that.
Yeah, and I if you're new to this group, it might seem a little aggressive with the amount of times that we talk about the boot camp, and especially now we're going to be talking about pre-flight because that's coming up next Monday. Quickly. We love this community. We feel like we've given a lot of information here. It's easier for us to teach smaller groups. That's kind of what this group started as. And because it's grown, it's very difficult for us to teach solely in here and give them biggest impact. That's why we have the boot camp, and the boot camp is a week and it's real tight. The last day to sign up is today. And then pre-flight, I guess this whole week you have to sign up. It's a group that kind of lives continuously. We haven't quite defined what it is, but the teaching that's in there is teaching that we've done it. And because I don't ever like to just do the same thing over. We've tightened a lot of it up, and it's pretty much us pouring out how we run our merch business, how we see every aspect of the business. So if you want a full flushed out view of what we're doing, that pre-flight is exactly the place that you need to be. I've signed up for courses already to help me get better at teaching. It's something about when you purchase something and value it more and you really pay attention. I've just started some of the training that I'm getting into, and I've learned so much more than paying for the information that I'm getting, but actually seeing another teacher teach, how they talk, how they slow things down, how they kind of point to an idea, talk about the idea, flush the idea up, and then show you exactly what they're talking about, has been extremely eye-opening. It's something that we might have stumbled across a little bit, and I think we did the best job inside the boot camp, and that's why we're trying to get better. Why we've taken this whole year and kind of compiled it down into a month, and then really refine the process into this boot camp, which is a week, just to get people up and going, because that was the most feedback we got back was we love this training, but 2 months is a little aggressive to expect us to follow along. Can you tighten that up? So just trying to do better, listen to your feedback, take all the information back in. I just want to say that courses, I think something about purchasing a course and getting the value out of it. We still pay for classes. I just signed up for 2 this week that I'm going to try to get better at teaching. Hopefully, if you join us in anything, you can kind of see that we've gotten much better. That we posted that very first Merch Monday, Christmas, and then Christmas. Just this. Hopefully you see the look. We got the hat, the emblems, the match, the green screen, everything is just getting better, but it's only from learning from other places.
That's a lot. Yeah, we do care about that, and we've shared our reasons. And if you are just getting into this group, which we know there are a few new people, so welcome to you guys. We haven't talked about our courses and the training and all that. Like, this is more new to this year because we feel comfortable. We feel like that's the best thing we can do to really help people. Like Steve was saying, when you pay for something, not only do we get more out of it when we pay for a course, but we think that the people who pay for courses, for our courses specifically, the way that we've set up the bootcamp is all around action. I think we said taking action about 50 times this morning. But that's how we've set that up.
We should almost have a counter just rolling.
That's how we've set that up. We really care about people taking action. That's why we do it in just a week. Those, systems that we're helping you put in place will help you throughout the entire year if you follow what we were doing inside of that week. But it's really just about making sure you guys understand where the information is coming from and how to apply it to your business. I think that's a huge part of what we are learning on how to be better teachers and how to have people take action with the information we're putting out there.
Yeah, I guess I posted about it today. something that Christy posted in the boot camp sparked off an idea of the why. It's a question that I've heard kind of throughout my whole e-commerce experience.
Experiment is a good word.
It feels like an experiment that sometimes. But the why concept, like, why are you doing these things? And it was always me internalizing it just as a question to like stop and think and like, why am I actually doing all of this? Why am I working so hard? Why am I struggling with this? What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? And it is to provide for my family. But the way that Christy talked about, and we didn't even ask her to share her why, she just shared it in the video that we asked her to do. She talked about how she is trying to grow her business to give the people around her the choice of whatever they want. So it doesn't feel like they have to go to work just to make money to get by. She wants to be able to make enough so that the people around her have that choice. And it really struck me. And I was like, wow, that's very impactful. I guess that's ultimately what my why is. I do want to provide, but the bigger picture of it is I want people to be able to choose to do whatever they want. That's kind of the reason we let Nathaniel come stay with us. I wanted him to not just have to struggle through a lot of things like I had to struggle. I haven't said this before, but sleeping in my car and then making hard decisions like, what is going on? I don't understand why everything is so much more difficult than it needs to be, just because I didn't have the understanding. So having Nathaniel come and stay with us just so I could like pour into him some understanding, and so that he didn't have to just be struggling out in the street. And now to the point where he runs his own business. He has multiple income streams. He's able to travel all over the place. He keeps coming back here for the winter to hide, but that's fine. We have the space for him. We have this opportunity for him to come back. And it helps me to be able to go, okay, now let's really focus in on our business and grow this aspect of our business. We're really trying to systemize more of our print-on-demand business. We're trying to get much better at teaching. It's hard to learn, get better, and communicate when it's not face-to-face. For whatever reason, we really thrive when we're right next to each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's our community. Like, if me and you count that relationship as a community, like, that's what we bring, and that's what we want to expand out into other people. We know how impactful it is just to have people to help keep you accountable, have things kind of structured. And, you know, when I come out here at midnight and he's working, it's like, okay, I got to get up early and also work. Like, we're just constantly, continuously pushing each other. Because we care, you know, about the things that we're doing, and we enjoy the things that we do. It's not like we're slugging through the stores anymore.
Yes,
like when we were doing that, it was a bit more like, I don't want to be here at all. Like, let's get away from this thing. But now that we enjoy what we're doing, and we're like passionate about, okay, how can we both, you know, learn things that are aligned with each other, but not on top of each other. So like we're like micromanaging each other in any way. Like Steven's learning this part of teaching and I'm learning this other part of teaching, like how to engage, and there's a lot that goes into it, so there's plenty of room for us both to learn things, and that's how we tackled the merch, and now that's how we're tackling teaching. So it's really exciting time to, you know, be working and helping each other, and that's why we just want to grow this thing even bigger.
Yeah, I just want to point to the post that I did though. If you would please read that post and share your why. I guess if you're uncomfortable, you don't have to, but we want to kind of better understand this community so that we can serve you guys more. When I ask questions like that, it's more to just better help me understand, like, who is our community. We have an assumption. We've asked a lot of people. We've talked to some people face to face and just kind of see where they're at, so we can kind of guide this whole group in a direction. But we just want to be able to know, like, a little bit more information. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? If you answer that, then it'll help us to go, okay, now we're trying to build a community, and this is what the community is trying to do. This is why the community is taking action and doing different things. It just helps us better understand you guys so that we can serve you better.
Yeah, we're going to be posting more stuff like that in the group. Like Steven said, he's trying to get better at writing. I'll get more consistent at asking good questions. That's, you know, we think there's so much value in that. Even doing that in December when I was posting everyday questions, I was like, okay, this is going to bring me value, but seeing you guys answer those questions, like, oh, there's so much value in here, even just reading through the comments. So we want to make sure there's more places for you guys to interact. We want to make sure there's more places for you to feel comfortable sharing what you have going on, so we can all grow together. So that's what
you love your action steps.
Yeah, I've already said it about 10 times. Yeah, so I don't know, this is kind of your idea, but this year I've had a lot of people contacting me already, now that we're 14 days into the new year. I'm just, hey, I was trying to do this thing last year, I'm slacking on it. Will you just look at this and tell me something? And I think just having feedback on things, you know, helps people stay motivated in what they're doing, especially in this business. If you don't know how to look at your shirts or track your shirts and all of that, it can be really frustrating just to be throwing things up. and not knowing where they're going. But that expands into so many other things. And talking about this community and how we want to help you guys grow, we know this is more than just merch. So we want you guys to tell us what other things do you feel, or what other areas do you feel that you want to grow in? I know some people are saying, hey, I want to start like a Facebook community around just what my shirts are about. That way I can post about my shirts and people can click on them. And, that's a struggle to learn that. It seems really easy to slap everything together, but you have to be pretty consistent to grow a community like that. You have to be consistently learning what's going on Facebook. Like there's a lot to it. So we care
You have to
about
be
knowing,
up on the updates and
Yeah.
when they switch things and when they give you the ability to tag stuff and take it away, and then you figure out what happened and have no rhyme or reason. Like, there's a lot going on.
So just staying on top of that, I guess, it would help us if you guys just post in the group, like what areas do you want to grow in? What else can we help you with? Just today, taking time to think about, the next thing that I'm really excited to teach on is the partnerships and how to, get your foot in the door with certain people and how do you bring that around to actually helping them with t-shirts and all of that. Like, I'm super excited to share that with you. It's still a lot of stuff that I'm testing on my own. And stuff we've seen success with in the past, but just because I've had success with it doesn't mean I've been able to systemize it as well as I want to. So that's what I'm working on now. So that way I can teach you guys, like, here's a system. This is how you get your foot in the door pretty, reliably, and this is how you turn that into working with them on t-shirts.
Yeah, the biggest question we always get is there a script? Is there a sales? And there's not really. Each one is different, and that's what we're trying to, like, how can we teach people when every person you go to is going to be asking different questions and figuring out different things.
Yeah,
there are some basics, but we're just trying to figure that part of it out so that we can teach it more concise.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like deal structuring. That's like a huge thing we get asked all the time. It's like, is there a contract you guys have you go in with? Like, every deal that we have done has looked so wildly different because we've attacked it from so many different angles, and the people that we go to want different things out of it. So you need someone who can write contracts more than just like this golden contract that you go to. So figuring out how to wrap our heads around that and help you guys take action in that area. I know there's a lot of excitement about that, and a lot of people in this group that are actually doing that successfully that I've talked with. Like, oh, I've just talked to this sports team and now things are working out for me. It's like, that's awesome. That's what we want. Just go out and talk to people about this opportunity that you have. And so I'm going to be systemizing that more.
Well, I thought you were going to give a date. I was like, ooh.
No, I just had some like really cool, I've been sending a lot of emails this week and getting a lot of cool feedback from people and learning how I can move that side of the business forward as far as like teaching on it. So I'm excited about that. So that's an area that I'm trying to grow in. So if you guys have anything like that, like if you want to, learn how to grow in partnerships or licensing or anything that doesn't have to do just with specifically with merch, you see where my head is at. But we'd love to know that, and we'd love to help you in those areas as well.
Do we have a question of the week? Not really.
I didn't pull like one specific question like we normally do, but another question, or a lot of people have been asking me, is like, when are we coming to ... Because I realized that a lot of people asked me that last year, and I was like, oh, in 2019 we'll be there, and they're like, it's 2019. What are you gonna be here? So that is something I'm still working on, is my scheduling of when we're traveling, where to. I'm hoping to be in Texas in March. And Steven will be in Vegas land area sometime, hopefully.
I'm going to ASD. I might be going solely for our business, or I might be going for another event that's taking place. So that's kind of up in the air. And then possibly after that, going to California. Kind of the same deal. There might be another event that I am a part of, or I could just be going for our business. It's difficult. I guess maybe just in the calendar. For sure we'll be in these places, and if we put it on the calendar, then as the date gets near, then we'll fresh up what it is that we're actually doing.
Yeah, just like everything we do, we don't like to like build up hype around something, especially when it comes to travel, because our travel plans have changed so rapidly. We like to make sure that things are like set in stone. We have the tickets, we have the hotel rooms.
It's almost like a constant upgrade. Like, are we going? Maybe. And then it's like, oh, we are going. Oh, now we're going to be part of this. Oh, and now we're talking. Okay, now it's like, that's how it kind of goes. So we don't want to say, oh, we might be here and we have time to do this. And then it rapidly changed to, oh, we're presenting over here. Just as a constant, ever changing problem that we're trying to solve.
Yeah, so when we have things more set and an actual schedule, we want to let this community know first, because like I said a bunch of times, like meeting you guys one-on-one, having lunch with certain people, just helping you like problem solve like what's going on, how can I help you with specific problems that you have going on in your business or your life. That's been really rewarding to me and has brought, even more energy for me to go into teaching. It's not just we're teaching just merch. Here's our rules. You have to follow this. It's a lot more than that. It's the community aspect of it. It's building relationships, getting to know you guys. And that's like the thing I love the most, as I miss my coworkers so much. So we don't have a set schedule for any travel quite yet. I'm working on some dates, and Steven's working on some dates of his own. But we do want to remind you guys that we have this awesome crew map. And if everything works, this should pop up. Hey, love it when things work. Let me actually make that a little bigger. All right.
Do you have the capability of showing the Facebook group and then showing them how to get to this map?
Sure. This might get a little ugly, guys. Hold on. I guess I can close this. So yeah, inside
I didn't even throw that off.
No, it's a good thought. It's a good thing to show them. Inside of our group, we actually have a thing called the crew map. And you can find that inside of the group in our pin post. Once this loads, I can show you. A little cattywampus. Well, you guys get the idea. Not exactly perfect. But up here in the pin post area, there's this thing called crew map. I guess it does matter because you can't actually see it. Nope. There we go. All right, so this right here. So this is our pin post. As soon as you get in the group, you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see the announcements. This green picture here is the crew map. If you click on that, there's a little spleel about what it is. And then if you hit see more, here's the actual link to go to that page. And since it's loaded,
and shout out to
Melinda.
Sorry, I blanked on your name. I like how you slid that over to show my face. Melinda actually helped us set this up. So another reason why we love this community. We've learned a ton from you guys. So that's why we try to continuously bring value here to you guys.
Yeah. So while we don't know our set travel plans for 2019 quite yet, and it will be ever evolving as the year goes on, we want to make sure you guys stay up to date. But even if you look on this crew map, we'd love for you to go and pin yourself to the left. You can't actually see it, but over to the left side.
And you don't have to put your exact address. You can just put the rough area that you are in.
Yeah, over to the left side of this, it will tell you how to pin your area. And like Steven said, you don't have to put, your exact home so people on the internet know exactly where you live. But just putting your area really helps because you can see if we scroll in. I mean, I just think it's cool that we have people overseas watching us as well. But if you scroll into United States, where most of us are, you can see, where you're near to people. So even if you just come on here and be like, oh, I'm in San Diego, there's 4 people in my area. Maybe I should reach out to them. And if you put your name, that's, probably the best way to do it. But even if you don't put your name and you just want to post in the group like, hey, I'm in this area, are there people interested in meeting up? You can just see all over the United States, like there are people around each other that are just in this group, which I think is really awesome. So would highly suggest you guys go and check that out, see if anyone's in your area. And I'd love for you guys to pin yourself, because that's the map we're going to be using while we're traveling to, message those people directly and be like, hey, we're coming directly to your area. I'm driving straight through Dallas. Like, I see that you're in Dallas. Would you be interested in grabbing lunch or something? That is something I care a lot about, as we said, about building community once again.
And I've joked about this, but I'm almost serious now. If I just make a shirt, feed me, and I will show up. But then you're like sitting down with people and like opening the computer and like pointing things out. And it's easier to do over lunch. And I just think that was really cool how last year you went and actually sat down and met with people and had lunch with them. And they're growing their own business, and then they're pouring back into us, and we're continuously helping them. Just a lot of cool opportunities have come out of last year, building the community and getting to know people. That's why we're trying to not just have us be, oh, we want to tap into our community. We want our community to grow and you guys to network and grow your businesses and have business partners even inside this group.
Yeah, and I was trying to run through my head of like if anyone that I met with I'm not still in contact with like almost weekly, definitely monthly, since I went and had lunch with them. But, I mean, I could name off 5-6 people that I went and had lunch with, and like we've talked about so many other things than just merch, which is really exciting. So I know if you guys put in the time to go visit someone else who's interested in at least learning this merch business, other things can come out of that. Just getting like-minded people together, people who are interested in, growing and learning about things online is very impactful and can definitely help you out a lot. So would definitely, again, suggest to go check out the crew map. It's in the pin post, under crew map. And it's really easy to pin yourself. I haven't had anyone ask me questions about it. There's directions that are well written out at the top left. So would love for you guys to do that. You want to talk about what's coming up on Wednesday?
I don't really have. I know we'll be doing a live. I want to be talking about pre-flight a little bit more. We still get the questions of what is pre-flight. We should probably do a much better job of outlining that. I really liked how you did the 3-part video series. I think that was pretty interesting. I don't know if we can wrap that up in a Wednesday, but I would like to talk more about the pre-flight on Wednesday and just kind of help people understand this business and then kind of how we are trying to help you guys grow with our experience over the last 2 and however long years, but 8 months of really struggling to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and being able to continuously rely on that information. As much as Amazon changes, as much as merch changes, which seems like overnight sometimes, our core principle has continued to work. And I think it's because we looked at a bigger picture and just tried to solve the way that people think and go to Amazon and then purchase on Amazon. And I think since we were able to kind of solve that problem and then give the rule set, that is the core of our business. It's very true inside merch because there's not much other outside traffic that we're drawing to it, but just our business in general still holds those core principles. And maybe that's what we can do too, is go back over the Wingman 5-step test.
Yeah, we can do that. And I like the videos that we put up last week, just giving you guys a more clear explanation of what the boot camp was. If you haven't seen those, definitely suggest you go check those out. And we'll try to do some videos like that again this week of exactly what is the pre-flight. We kind of just say that, and we might assume a little bit too much that you guys heard us talk about it when we first were launching it. But definitely giving a clear explanation of what you are getting when you buy this course, and what we are focused on teaching you guys inside of that course. It is just our deepest dive into everything we do, but even just saying that doesn't paint, I think, a clear enough picture. So we'll do a few videos throughout the week on that as well. I liked the questions that we got on the bootcamp one, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them here or on those videos that will come. So that's what we've got going on. We look forward to hanging out with you guys as much as possible. I really liked the first office hours that I did, and so I want to do more of those. I'm looking for a time this week, maybe Thursday.
Not gonna happen this week.
Is when I'm thinking about doing it, but
okay,
we'll see. Yeah, our schedule's busy, but I really like doing that. And again, just giving you guys another time and a place to come hang out. That's not business focused at all. It's just coming and hanging out with each other. So I'd like to do that. I will let you know by Wednesday if that's actually going to happen or not, depending on how busy we get this week.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. My name is Steven. This is my brother Nathaniel. Together we are the Wingman.
If you want to know any more about anything that we've got going on or just about us, check the links down in the description below.